Okay, Year 7, well, thank you for being so prompt and on time. It's a slightly unusual to be having your lesson here now, so well done for being spot on time. Now, just to sort of reconnect you with what you're doing at the moment and the inquiry you're doing, we've been studying this question: what can we learn from computer games about medieval history? Okay, and remember, medieval means the year 1000 to around the year 1400, and warfare means fighting. So can anyone remind me of the things that we've studied so far? What topics have we studied to help us decide if computer games are really useful for learning about history? Rakia?
Armour.
Armour, good. And Rajveer?
Weapons.
Weapons, excellent. Okay, so today we're actually going to investigate the final little piece of the puzzle, and that is castles. What can we learn from computer games about castles? Now, what I'd like you to do is think really carefully. When I saw you on Parents' Evening and when you got your progress checks, if you know that you're on a level 5 at the moment, okay, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to say to me how castles changed over time and why they changed over time. And you should be able to say to me, does that mean does the computer game show this? How useful is this computer game? All right? If you're aiming towards a level 4 to a 5, you should be able to do the same things, but you're going to be able to, instead, you're just going to explain to me whether this computer game is useful or not. You may not talk about the motive of the people who made the game. Okay, so there's 2 clear tasks, 2 clear objectives for you. Level 4 to 5, tell me, all right, that the game is useful, why it's useful, and you can tell me reasons why it's useful. Level 5 and above, same, but see if you can talk about the motive of the people who made the game. Have they maybe got a different motive than actually trying to teach history? Okay, so without further ado, let's look at the real history of castles. In front of you, you've got a little whiteboard, okay? That's 1 between 2, unless at the moment you're working on your own because your pair isn't here today. And what's going to happen is in your pairs, you are going to become master castle builders, okay? I'm going to tell you some information from the Kings of England, because you have now all been hired by the Kings of England to build castles for them. I'm going to give you some instructions and you have to listen really carefully, and you're going to use those instructions to decide how to build your castle. Okay, so here's your first set of instructions. You're going to draw your castle on the board once I've given you the instructions. First set of instructions, the year is 1066. William the Conqueror has just won the Battle of Hastings to become King of England. But in many parts of England, the people don't want him there, and they are fighting against him. William and his soldiers must be protected, and the English people must be shown who is boss, so he decides to build a castle. But he says it must be built really quickly, and he's only got wood and earth or soil to do it, okay? So it's really important that it's high up so that he can see danger approaching, and he needs an area for the soldiers to live. So, how could you design a castle? Look at the words underlined and in bold to give you some ideas. Can you, in your pairs, think of a castle you could design made of wood, earth and high up? All right, you've got 1.5 minutes. Use the little pen I've given you to draw on your whiteboard. Work together, design your castle, master builders. Off you go. Okay? Excellent. So just work together, draw your castles. Use this pen on there. Okay? Use the instructions carefully. Yeah, but both draw. Okay? So do you know what a castle looks like? Yeah? What do you think it could look like out of wood?
Yeah.
So if you're doing right, that would be like that. And then you do the door. You draw a picture. And then we like do the higher part. Right, so then I'll be Jordan.
You have to make it like high up, so like feel like a stand side.
You've got 1 minute, guys. Make sure you've got all of the things from the brief.
What's the lines?
So, are you sure? What did it say on there?
Can I do it?
And
And over here we do the lines again like that. Like that.
you could carve it with
We write my name.
Okay, so make sure you show
Alright,
it's made of
pound.
wood. Okay. Now, are you making yours only of wood, guys? Make sure you're following the instructions.
Yes, wood. We write each pound icon on it. We done it.
Great. Well, I think that would serve his purpose well, don't you?
Follow all of the instructions. Make sure it's high
So
up.
what's all this built of?
Make sure you're using
Just
earth
wood.
and
Just.
wood.
And was it going to be a natural hill, or had you
30
built it up with
seconds.
Oh, you just happened to that's technique, so you found a hill.
Have you got somewhere for the soldiers to live?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, are you going to put it on a hill? This is a hill. Yeah, good girl. I know, it's great. So where are the soldiers going to live? Okay, so it's high up so everyone can see. You've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pens down. Stop drawing. Okay, so how did you get on, castle builders? Akram? How did you get on? Do we think we've matched the brief? Do you think William's going to be happy? Yeah. Okay, could you hold your boards up so I can see your designs, please? Ooh. Now, this one at the back. Can you all look at that one for a second? Well done, Salma and Rakia. Can you see how they've really done exactly what William said? It's on a hill, it's made of wood, and it's high up. And where would your soldiers live?
Inside.
Inside. Good. Okay, now if you look this way, okay, here is the castle that people ended up building in 1066. You guys did this really well. Look, you all put your castle on a nice big hill of earth and made it of wood. Well done. But times are changing, builders. Things are going to get a little bit more tricky for you. It's now 1081, so 20 years later, roughly. Clean your boards, you're going to build a new castle. We don't know. So clean your boards. Oh, okay. I picked it up and walked off with it, sorry. So, are we ready? Here is your brief, castle builders. Pens down, listening carefully. The castles William had built for him by you have got big problems, so you could be in a lot of trouble. The wood has begun to rot in the heavy rain, and wood catches fire really easily, so all those people are attacking you with their flaming arrows. Your castles are being burnt to the ground, and as a result, you need more soldiers, all right? You need bigger buildings for your soldiers. There's not enough room in that old design. So he still needs to keep control. He needs to have a different type of castle, and he's got a new thing you can use, stone, okay? He did like, however, the way the wooden castles looked. So he liked the way they looked, but now you've got stone. You've got 1.5 minutes. Design your new castles. Look at the words in bold. They will help you. All right, so what do you think? Yeah, because he likes the way it looked, didn't he? But it's just made of stone now and needs to be bigger.
Then, like, because we've got rocks, like, do like circles to represent that there is rocks.
Coming out over the shoulder. It's alright, just go through.
Is around here?
Yeah, everywhere. Wait, can I do the window so then we can do the thing behind?
This one is just the same, right? Because that one's got a wall, hasn't it? Which you haven't been asked to with this one. So you can build this.
Can I do the rocks around it?
1 minute left, guys. So what are you guys building? Stone, good. And is it bigger for all soldiers to live in? Is it bigger than your last one? Oh, is it? Excellent idea. Good people. I will. Excellent.
Look, it's like this. It's kind of like wooden things that when you push back, you can fire an arrow. Like the wooden thing opens.
But made of stone.
How do you do that? That thing, and then it will open it. That's what I was talking about. That's the other
He
sheet.
just wants it with stone. So does that mean, you know your old one which was on the hill, and it was like almost square, wasn't it? Square shape.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you have something
Now the
similar
barracks.
made of stone?
I don't know.
You've got 45 seconds.
I can't do.
And then a just do it like that.
Oh, right. Excellent. So on a big hill, lots of rooms of soldiers. Excellent. And they can come and stand up
Single clap.
without falling off. See
When they film
what's
it.
coming. Yeah, it's great.
So this stone castle we just built.
So what's this down here then?
It's kind of like the barracks where the soldiers live.
That's where the
Are they living there or are they living up here?
15
That's
seconds.
the main castle. That's where the barracks are.
Right. Are you thinking that picture we just saw? Where there was yes,
And
yes,
then
that's great.
I'm planning to put watchtowers.
Oh, down there as well.
So it can be more protected.
Excellent.
That's a very good idea.
Like that. 5 seconds.
And what's this one made of now? Stone.
Done. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, can you just do me a favour? Write the date on that picture you've just drawn. The date is 1081. Okay. Can I ask... who will I ask? Akram, can you tell me, looking at that castle you guys have drawn, what's changed from 1066?
It looks different because of the stone. It's a different shape to the wood.
Okay, good. What else has changed? Because it's made of stone, what else does that mean has changed, people? Go for it, Rakia.
The colour.
The colour has changed. Good. That will affect the landscape. What else has changed?
The strength has changed
The strength. Why has it changed?
because the wood was a bit easy to break and easy to get to catch fire, and the stone is now much easier and it's much stronger, so it's much harder for them to hit at the castle.
Good. Well explained. Fabulous. And Vikas, what else has changed?
The stone, like, it won't be able to break and it's much heavier than the wood,
Good. Well done.
so it won't get burnt.
Well done, and that's a key thing, isn't it? He didn't want them to be burnt down. So you can see that castles are changing, okay? The design is changing. Next one, rub out your designs. Next step. And please write the dates at the top. It's 1126 now. So it's almost 60 years since William has invaded. So it's the year is 1126. Ishmael, do you want to have a go at drawing? Yeah? Okay, so here we go. Ready? Some English people have worked out that they can make your stone castle collapse. Oh dear. You are going to seriously lose your jobs if you're not careful, guys. They are digging holes under the stone walls. And if they dig under it, the stone collapses into the hole. Your castles are about to just be ruined. So, you need to add extra defences. All right, extra defences. You need to act quickly. Don't redesign your whole castle. Act quick, add defences. You need to protect, add something to protect it. Stone is available, money is available. 1.5 minutes or I think you're going to get your heads chopped off by the king who's unhappy.
Do you just draw the castle?
Yeah, good idea. What would the soldiers inside be doing if they saw you doing that? Well done.
What have we got in mind?
Why?
You put, so we have stone here, we put 2 bricks with like heavy ones, so you add more.
1 minute left, guys. Harvey, not swinging on you. Good man.
How about we put in space to put in our weapons, like catapults, or trebuchets, and arrows. Let's put in some space. We have to put in some tiles for the soldiers as well.
And so that's for the soldiers, so they stay in there and then they will shoot from the other side.
Yeah.
And the king will stay on this one. So he won't get hurt, he gets extra.
Maybe a second one.
Okay. So there's an entrance.
It's 11:26. But one watch thing. Another one has got it's like a thief.
He's got the weapons he needs. So could you build with the castle?
Put candles on this one so that we could fire it out and like make these rooms a bit more bigger. What do you think?
So you can put people on guns.
Yeah.
It's going to make it more protected.
Kill stick men. There you go. That's it. Do you have any other suggestions? What do you think?
When if anyone's coming from hills, just like
Yeah, that's what I think.
get like guns.
This is
Could you, if you're in a castle, what's going to be the best
fence.
to you? You're inside one wall, they just need to get over
This is like a fence, but
Cannons up here.
stronger than
That's it really.
Yeah, we could use weapons, but if we've only got stone available to us, and you've got to build something in stone, what else could you add?
Put stones in the river so if they try to go across, their boat won't move.
That's a good idea. Or,
Thing that goes there and then
yeah, like a portcullis drawbridge, you could add that. But I'm thinking more to do with the actual design of the castle, in terms of the stone, what you can build out of stone. Because he hasn't told you you've got metal, he hasn't told you you've got wood, he's only given you stone. So you've got to think in stone. I'm going to give you a clue. If you built a wall around it, why would that help?
they need to get to another.
They need to get through something else first, don't they? Does that make sense? Yeah?
Can we show you our idea? What we've done is we've made this bed. And we've actually done on the ground and we've put
Now I need to build another one.
A foundation.
yeah, and we've put
Move the river back and put a wall there.
Well done.
Rubbish. I need to blow up now. Half the castle's gone. Oh, what? What do you do? I told you half the castle's gone.
You need a wall. So even if they didn't try and dig under, they didn't then try and just come over the
Another one.
Okay, guys, we're going to pause.
Yeah, that. With the watchtower in it.
Right. Had a little longer this time, so I'm expecting your designs to be amazing. Pens down. You've had a little extra time, so I expect your designs to be amazing. Put your hand up if, in your team, you decided to keep the same rough design, but you added something like a wall or a moat, like some water. Dearie me, you're pretty good. Maybe you won't get your heads chopped off. Well done. I've got to move you on. One more date, people. The new date, 1272. Let's work quickly. Rub.
this is it.
Well done, good question. It is after death, it's AD. Right. Now, you've been doing quite well, but there's now an even bigger problem. Even if you've built a wall around your castle, the English people have worked out that they can just surround your castle, Hiker. They can surround your castle with people. And that's called a siege. And what they've worked out is that if hundreds of people surround your castle and just wait, you're going to die because you will starve. You're going to have no food. You won't have anything coming in or out, will you? So ultimately, you've got to change your castle design. The King of England cannot have his men dying because they are being surrounded. Now, crucial things to design. Make sure that the soldiers cannot be trapped in one place. You don't want them all in one central place. 3 crucial things. Don't let the soldiers be trapped in one place. Have lots of little castles within one. Walls and round walls. Go for it, people. You've got 1.5 minutes. Yes.
If it's around, like it's the same as a normal wall, except for you can still get under.
Yeah, but it's because it's round. Yeah, if the wall is like this, if you try and dig under this bit of wall here, yeah, put your finger there, right? If you try and dig under that, only that bit of wall is going to collapse. These bits are still standing. If it's a straight wall and you dig under it, all of that is going to collapse. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So like the castle's going to be smaller.
The castle's going to be small, right?
So we can put more little castles around it, and then the round wall.
It's going to be a big, another round. Ah, right, outside. So the actual castle, is that square all round?
No, it's square.
That's going to stay square. And you're going to have a big circular sort of extra wall, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Where's that going to go?
Over on the side.
Right. Will it go all the way around the castle?
Yeah. So it will go.
Right, yes. Well, that should make it stronger, shouldn't it? So this is the...
That's the big castle.
Right.
And then we're getting like 2 little castles here, and then we've decided we're gonna like have a little passageway to get out.
Oh, passageway. Oh, that's getting done. And is this around?
Yes.
So is the castle staying square, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just added a bit on the top.
And more stone.
So what are these separate towers? Yeah. Ah, good idea. And where are your protective walls? 1 minute, guys. Excellent. Super duper. You all right? Do you want some help? A little oval. That's it. And then 2 lines coming down either side. There you go.
Let me draw.
Just run.
So you see, so we.
What's going to help the soldiers? Which bits will
It's supposed to be around.
Right.
How are you doing, guys, now? Yeah. Have you built it?
More soldiers and more towers. Right.
Excellent. Is this a wall? Maybe really building up your defences.
And then here,
You've got 30 seconds, people.
you can have like a little pole, like something like that.
Or that other thing that, you know, that brings this down. And then they can
Okay, castle builders, pens down. Your time is up. Lids on pens. Thank you. Excellent. Now, builders, I hope you're going to pass your test. I hope I hope the king, sorry, is not going to chop your head off. Did your castle look something like this? Did you have more than one place for the soldiers to live? Put your hands up if you had more than one place for soldiers to live. Super duper. Put your hand up if you added some walls to your castle. Oh, not bad, not bad. Good. Put your hands up if your walls were round. Maybe you're okay. I think I'm going to let you pass the test. But before you can pass the test, here's a quick true or false. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. Number 1, all castles in history are made of wood. False, super duper. Wooden castles had to be replaced by stone? True, well done. There was only one type of castle design ever. False, well done. There were different types of castle designs. Lovely. Castle designs were invented bit by bit. They changed over time. Excellent, well done. That's a difficult one. New castles happened mostly because of problems with the old designs. Great, well done guys, you're making good progress. But here is the real challenge. Do the computer games make us think the right thing about these castles? You've seen castles, okay? You've seen a little bit about how they change, but do computer games make us think the right thing? I've got some pictures to show you, all right? I'm going to whiz through them. Look carefully. Number 1, this, according to the computer game, is how castles looked. It says that there are square towers, lots of towers, not just one, and it says there are 2 walls protecting the castle, okay? That's the first thing the game suggests. The game also suggests that there are at least 2 protective walls, and there is a rounded tower, and there are square towers. Finally, looking this way, guys, it says everything's on a hill, that they're rounded and they're square. When did round towers get invented? Look at the date on your little thing. China, are you paying attention? 1272. Good girl. Towers were invented when, Palmveer?
1271.
Round towers, 1272. The computer games we've looked at were set, that means the date that they were set in was 1191. Were round towers invented then? No. Were multiple walls around the castles invented then? No, they were invented in 1272, later than the game. These computer games you've worked out are not necessarily teaching you the real history. And you're going to explain this by writing some sentences which will ultimately help you in your final assessment, okay? China, could you give those out to the back row for me? Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Nice and quick. You can get started as soon as you've got one, guys. On this sheet, yeah? Heike? Oh, that's all right. You can have it. There you go. Thank you. China, do you want to pass me some? And I'll do this row here. Cheers, madam. So right on the sheet you get given, guys. Oh, let's swap with you, Bevan. There you go. Thank you, China. Have a seat for me. So right on the sheet, please. Super. So read the instructions on the sheet. China, read your instructions. And you can write on the sheet. So Ella, you writing on the sheet? Good girl. It's fully explained for you. Yeah. So it says, I know, in 1191, I know that real castles look like this. So look on the back. That's how real castles looked, isn't it? That's what you drew. So you would say they had a square tower and stone walls. Yeah? And then compare that. What did you see in the computer games? I'll put the computer games pictures back up so you can use them to describe for the second part. Okay, so basically you're going to explain why castles are useful, why those games are useful, what we've looked at, why is it useful, what have they taught you that is true? What is true? Yeah. So you say they teach me that castles are castles are made of stone, which I know is true. Yeah. Castles have towers, which I know is true. Did you know castles have round towers? No, not in that time. So you would say next thing they're not so useful. What they've got wrong is, yeah, tell me what computer games have got wrong. Okay, do that and come back and put them on. Yes, you did. Yeah, good man. Well done. Use not to help if you need it for the sentences. You all right here, guys? You understand what you're going to do? Yeah? So, what have they got right? What have the computer games got right?
They got right that there was castles.
Fantastic. Write that down. Yeah? So they've got right that. So, Ishpal.
If it would help.
What did real castles look like?
So what you want to need to look at is real cars.
There you go. Excellent. So that's what you write in there. Then tell me what computer games show up on the screen. Yeah? You okay, Ria? Yeah? Yes. Duper? How doing, China? Okay, no worries. So, in the computer games, the castles look like this. What do they look like? Round towers, two halls, square towers, they're all different, made of stone. Yeah, so we literally describe what you can see on the screen. Oh, you've done that right. That's why they're saying around here. Castles are square and we're not rounded. That's right. And made of stone. Alright? Fabulous focus, people. Well done. Yeah, what do they help you learn about castles? What have they got right? Look up on the screen, just about castles. What have they got right? Castles were made of what?
Wood.
And what does the screen show? Yeah, the screen shows they're made of stone. Yeah, is that true? Yeah, they were made of stone, weren't they? So you could say it shows that the castles were made of stone. Yeah, which is true. You've got about another 3 or 4 minutes, Year 7. You're doing fabulously. 1191, that's when it's set. So that's the date it was set in.
What features does that
You doing your work, Convir?
see on the board? I've got a picture on the board.
Where's the lid for this
Like-
one,
Is a square castle. Square.
There is, but there's also something else.
A round castle.
So it's it's
Square and round.
so it's that answer, yeah. Circle that, yeah. Okay. And the game also suggests in 1191, what did they also have? That.
Tall building.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
third one now.
There was around the castle. One wall around the castle. More than one.
What do you think from looking at the picture?
I think it's more than one.
Yeah, because it says at least 2 protective walls.
Yeah.
But they didn't, because we know from this picture here that they only have one.
this game set?
But these have two.
1191.
This is later though, it says 1272.
Oh, yes.
So that picture there looks quite similar to that one, doesn't it, of the game. But the game is set before that in 1191. So really,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Well done, yeah.
If you can, all right, I'd really love you to have a look at the extension question, the last bit, which says, what's the motive of these people?
What does that look like? It's called, does it look like
This bit here.
a castle level? It's 1 level, 2 levels, 1
Yeah. Which one are you stuck on, my dear? You know this. You told me this answer a few weeks ago. Yeah, you came up with a really brilliant point that how can they really Why do computer people make games? For fun. Do they make them for us to learn history? So are we maybe being a bit unfair to judge this as a piece of history? Yeah. Okay, everyone, we've got about another 1.5 minutes, and I'm going to really push your thinking in a minute, so be prepared to have those brain cells ruminating and cogitating. It means whizzing around and doing challenging things. What could you do if you wanted to test if this game was a good game and accurate? What would you do? What would you Fabulous. What's the word we use for that? It begins with a C. Remember when we looked at how to be a really good historian? We said we ask questions, then we look at the sources and investigate, and then we cross-reference, we compare sources. That's it, yeah? So that's what a really good historian would do, all right? So get an explanation down. Well done. Right, everybody, sit up, my dear. Your final challenge. Just before we go, you've begun to explain on those answers that computer games are a little bit useful, but maybe a little bit wrong as well. Okay, that's ultimately what you're telling me in your answers from what I see. Can anyone move the class on and help us think why? Why do computer games maybe get things wrong? What is the purpose of a game? Is it to teach us, or is it to have fun? Fun. Can anyone tell me more about this? What is the motive? What is the purpose? Are we being fair judging a computer game as a historical source? Are we being fair? No. Why not, Sanjay?
Because some people don't want to learn about history, they just want to play the game for fun.
Yes, spot on. So we are being a bit unfair, aren't we, about kind of being a bit critical, but this is what I want you to remember. It's up here. Parnvi, I'll take your question in a sec. We can learn history from so many different sources, it's still right there, like games, films, the internet, books, and each source is going to give us a slightly different view. And if you're going to be super historians, you need to compare them. Now, this gentleman here reached that conclusion, didn't you? You said we should always compare sources to see if they're right or not. Okay, so remember that when you leave today. Good historians compare. They compare sources. Now, final point, if you've never been there and you like the idea of castles, the Tower of London is amazing. It's only a quick tube journey into London, about 25 minutes. I can guarantee it's one of the best days out, okay? Go there, get your parents to take you there, nag them until they take you. It is just such a cool castle, all right? Well done for today. You've worked very well. Names on the sheets, and pass those to the end of the row, please.